Welcome back, everybody. Well, if you are like me, a huge fan of the Swedish metal band Sabaton and all of their great songs that tell so much of the world's history, then you were probably excited to find out that they had a new song that was released in the last few days called LIVGARDET, which is the story of the Swedish lifeguards. Well, I thought in honor of the LIVGARDET release that I would take some time just to explore a little bit of the storied background of the Swedish lifeguards. They have an incredible history, one that I as an American was not real familiar with, so I spent the last couple weeks digging into their history, learning all I could about them, and I wanted to share some of that to you, and then we'll wrap things up by directing everyone over to see the music video for LIVGARDET, as well as a link to the English version so that you can hear those if you do speak English like myself. So I should mention before we get started that the English version of LIVGARDET is actually coming out in April, but there are some videos available online that will allow you to see the translation with English subtitles. So if that's something that you would enjoy doing, you can find it pretty easily. I will be linking in the description below to the official music video, which is fantastic and one of the best ones they've done. So let's go ahead and dive into the history. The Swedish lifeguards are one of the oldest military units in existence. In fact, this year celebrates 500 years of service to the Swedish crown. Their lineage dates back to the year 1521, when the men of Dalarna in central Sweden chose 16 young men as bodyguards for King Gustav I. The regiment's undergone a number of transformations throughout the past 500 years. Under various names, the regiment has had its home in the palace in Stockholm. Part of the regiment was transformed in 1619 into the Household Company, which accompanied Gustavus Adolphus wherever he went throughout Europe. It was from this time, too, that the unit was first classified as a military regiment. In 1633, the company brought the king's body home from Lutzen, and thereafter formed the basis of Queen Christina's new Guards regiment within the royal household. The three Karolian kings, Charles X, Charles XI, and Charles XII, required a government organization that was more mobile, and the Guards officers and royal soldiers accompanied them into battle under the name His Royal Majesty's Guards. With the destruction of the palace in Stockholm by fire in 1697, the Guards' natural responsibility for the defense of the capital came to an end. The new palace was completed in the 1750s, and there was again a need for lifeguards and the household troops to defend the capital. During the period from 1756 to 1810, when there was a constant palace coup concern and a large number of assassination conspiracies, the Guards officers and the palace guard often played a decisive role. Gustav III tried to exploit this by appointing himself as the head of the regiment in 1774. This bumped the colonel down to the title of second in command or deputy commander, and this command hierarchy actually continued all the way until 1980, when a number of constitutional changes brought it to an end. The lifeguards probably view August 19, 1772 as the proudest day in this period, for it was on that day that Gustav III was able to break with the corrupt governments. Perhaps its lowest moment was on June 20th, 1810, when the Marshal of the realm, Axel von Fersen, was lynched during the funeral of the Crown Prince without the regiment intervening, despite the fact that it was on duty at the time. The name was changed to the Svea Lifeguards in 1792, and in 1802, the regiment moved to barracks at Frederikshof. Throughout the 1800s, the unit served in a variety of ways. For example, the commander of the capital made use of the men and officers for keeping order in Stockholm whenever necessary. The regiment, as it exists today, took its present form in the year 2000. At a ceremony on the inner palace yard, the lifeguards and the household brigade were presented with a new standard by King Carl Gustav XVI. The new standard shows the national coat of arms, with the chain of the Order of the Seraphim and two supporting lions, as well as all the battle honors on a white ground. The unit today consists of 4 active battalions, both cavalry and infantry, 3 bands and 6 reserve battalions, 1,300 officers and men in all. Though today its role is largely ceremonial, the LIVGARDET have a long, storied history of battle honors, and those battle honors include the Swedish War of Liberation in 1521, the 30 Years' War, where they fought at places such as Rhein and Lutzen and Oldendorf, Witzach and Leipzig. The Second Northern War, where among other places they fought in Warsaw in 1656. The Scandinavian War,
where they fought at places such as Halmstad and Lund in 1676. The Great Northern War, where they fought from 1700 to 1710 at places such as Narva and Duna. And then the Russo-Swedish War, where they fought at Svensson in 1790. The motto of the Lifeguards to this day is translated into English as, "They do what seems impossible." One of the proudest regiments throughout the entire world's history and the oldest active duty regiment in the entire world. The LIVGARDET, 500 years this year. Click on the link in the description below. It'll take you over to Sabaton's official video, and make sure that you pick up the latest merch that they have available as well. I'll give you a link in the description to that. Thank you to Sabaton and to Nuclear Blast Records for putting fantastic music out there that not only entertains us, but gives us history as well. I hope you guys enjoy it.